The worst part about it was I felt good going into the game. I played well in our scrimmages. I felt confident. The first quarter, I think I made 2 early saves. I might have gotten scored on once. But I honestly, I felt fine. I felt confident. And then I let in a couple maybe I shouldn't have. And there was a little bit of tension.
What do we see in terms of development from him?
Evan James gets free. Buries it. The ties up and run apiece. Stepping through. Oh, what a delivery. And the hit from behind. Is a flag going to come out?
The goals just started to snowball.
Fires it back up top to Houston. Wow. Ben just had his hands free.
I never really rebounded.
Tight quarters. This one will go. Oh, a stinger. Minnick is feeling it in the second half.
I remember just being so glad that, just wanting the game to end, which is not a good way to think. It was definitely probably to that point my lowest point in my career.
With a statement victory to open the season, they take down the number 12 Georgetown Hoyas 18-10 here at Ridley Athletic Complex.
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Toomey before the game, and he said, I just hope we play well. And he got more than that playing well, and it resulted in an 18-10 win that I don't think anyone saw coming.
Wake up! Everyone!
Careful of those turf dogs. Spread out.
Yeah, you do need to be careful. Oh!
Good save. What a piece. What a piece. Yes. Oh! He's gone. Coach, I remember, I don't forget what you did to me. 2 days ago. Embarrassment.
A lot of early on in the season, it was just the mentality was just get better. Things might not always go our way, just get better every time you step on that field. And I think that kind of definitely paid off, beating Penn and then beating Notre Dame.
Shoots! Scores! The game winner for the Hoyas!
There was a lot of belief in that locker room.
And Georgetown has upset the number 1 team in the country.
And then, looking forward, it's definitely a Big East championship and a national championship. I think that's what we're looking for. I think one of the first things they said, when we got here, is 6 in a row. To have the opportunity to win 6, I don't think very many teams have ever done that in lacrosse. It's definitely a massive goal, and then a national championship. We've proved we can compete and win at the national level against very good teams. So why not us?
That's what I wanted. Bad execution, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Bad execution. No. Yep. And there it is. You actually had a great round. Alright, Kyle, hop in, hop in.
Oh, there you see.
Andy, you go back down there.
A lot of high school lacrosse for me was kind of finding out what kind of goalie I am and what kind of player I am. My recruiting summer, I remember just talking to myself that summer and realizing hey, you play your best when you're loose. I think I like to play loud, play like an athlete, kind of that sort of thing. Coming into college lacrosse, it was such a big jump and just pace and skill. I remember the first 2 weeks of fall ball, I was oh my gosh, like, can I even play lacrosse? Like, just getting scored on. But I think what I realized was people don't really expect you to, like, perform at a level that, like, maybe you could perform at. That kind of ties into what I've always kind of felt about lacrosse, like, even like, coming from a non-hotbed, is like not really knowing where I lined up against maybe the kids from like more hotbed areas, and it's like, yeah, I can play. Like, I can play with these kids. I'm better than these kids. It's really rewarding, and I think I get that same feeling like as like a freshman. You play against all these like very highly touted programs, and then you play well against them. It's just like, it's really cool.
Listen, this is a group, and I'll talk about it the rest of the week. This group that's got their backs against the wall. All right, think about it. We were in that spot, right, an opportunity, okay, and you've proven in the past that you can beat really good teams like they did last year. Like, they're going to come here and don't expect a freaking thing. They ain't handing you anything, okay? Not a thing. They'll have confidence. They know what happened in the Provolone Dome last year. Was that who we were as, you know, the whole season? No, but that's who we were for the 2 hours we were out there. Okay, so they're not going to be scared. And listen, they got some talented dudes, man. You guys know that. But good. Let's go. All right, we're going to have a great day. All right, but let's make sure we finish up a good film session today. The next 2 days, we're ready to go. All right, roll good?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
bring it on, baby.
Field should be open for a little.
Hey, wow. The win against us makes it easy. Don't let it happen. Let's go. Get on 1, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back, Graham.
What up, King?
Back from King Kong.
Historically, playing Marquette, they always play us close. It's kind of like it didn't really matter who was ranked or what, like, records. They kind of like didn't matter as much when you played Marquette. So I think we kind of expected that going in, for it to be a battle. Last week was like a little tougher. Playing Providence, it didn't necessarily go my way. A couple bad bounces, ones maybe I thought I should have had, but I thought I responded well throughout the week, and I thought I prepared well. So going in, like, I felt the same as any other game. Like, I felt confident and knew I could save the ball. For me, like, it's all about just like having fun. Yeah, there's fundamental aspects to like what I want to do and how I want to like approach. Like, you do the reps, right? But when it comes down to it, it's just about having fun. And when I play my best, I'm having fun. So I'm saying to myself, like, be me, have a ton of fun, and then kind of being able to remind myself of that kind of mantra is helpful in games, especially when it might not be going perfect.
Trying to get this one underway. Hoyas in the gray, while it's Marquette in the light blue. At the face-off, James Ball for the Hoyas and Luke Williams for Marquette. We are underway. Glad to have you along. And a violation on the opening face-off. It'll be Marquette ball. Marquette down. Key guy today, Devin Cowan, the standout graduate student. He is out of the lineup. Bit of a game time decision coming in, but he will not play today. A lot of leadership, a lot of big time goal scoring. Of course, Cowan setting all kinds of scoring records for the Golden Eagles. There's the first save of the day for the great freshman Anderson Moore. Hoyas on the run. Anderson Moore, the standout freshman goalie. 6 saves last week, came in a top 10 recruit in the nation, and he has more than lived up to the hype, Earl.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a better freshman goalie in the country, Jeremy. Started off a little rough in that Loyola game. Then again, everybody on the Hoyas played Pat that day. He's been outstanding since then.
And a dunk and a score. What a feed, and put away by Chayse Ierlan. Hoyas on the board. Marquette on the board. Bobby O'Grady with his 23rd of the season. We're tied up in D.C. Finds the back of the net. Marquette with a quick 3-1 lead on Georgetown. They've seemingly solved Anderson Moore early on. And we get a whistle. We do. A timeout called by Andrew Stimmel. Marquette taking it to the Hoyas early on. They lead it 3-1 here at Cooper Field.
Like I remember like the third goal. I thought I definitely was like on it, and I like slipped past, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that can't happen. But then you just turn a rake, and I was like, hey, like don't play that like any differently. Like we're fine, just get the next one, just keep playing, play hard, that sort of thing. And I think Coach Warren was kind of a little more freaked out than we were as like a unit. I think I just needed to stand there a little bit.
And a nice save there by Moore. And a flag goes down again, so the Hoyas will again end up in the box.
And I think probably the save that really like got me into the game was they were like man up.
Again, the EMO for Marquette. Hoyas stopped it the first time.
And they threw the ball inside, and the guy like just chucked it at the cage, but like I just kind of stood there and caught it, which was like really good because it's like, oh, you're patient, like you're feeling good, nothing to worry about, just keep playing. I think just like that consistency of mindset is just what kind of helped propelled us, like as a defense and as a team, to just like keep piling on goals, keep making the next one. For me, it's like each shot's the same. Like it doesn't matter if it's like the 5th in a row. Like scoring after that, like turning and raking and like handing the ball to a ref, I'm like thinking to myself like next one, just make one.
See if Marquette can take advantage. The shot, and that's another save by Moore. Some Moore been a bit of a revelation this year. 5 on the timer. Carroll's got to go. Takes the shot, and he scores with 1 left on the shot clock.
I feel like no one really ever expects you to make a save. So just like that adrenaline rush of like stopping the ball, feeling it in your net, and feel like on top of the world.
Long thought he had an opening, but it was closed off by number 0.
Just like that feeling you get where it's like no one's ever gonna score on me, like ever. Every shot I see, it's like I'm saving this one. There's no doubt in my mind.
Some time, find a good shot. Ordaro opening, hits a body in front again. Right now, Marquette's D just knocking everything down.
I've never seen so many shots get hit or hit people.
Back to Woodward, long pole, that's stopped by Moore. Rebound, second chance goes by the net.
Georgetown goal.
Goalie trying to let it roll out of bounds.
Doing a great job. The clock's running the whole time he's doing that. That's a great job.
And finally dug out by O'Grady as Moore will pick it up, shovel it forward, and the Hoyas will end up on the field to celebrate with their goalie and the rest of their defense. Georgetown, an 8th straight win as they beat Marquette 11-8 in a pretty good lacrosse game today, Earl. Marquette, pretty game, stayed with the Hoyas until then.
I think a lot of like what you're trying to get to throughout, like as we near the end of our like regular season, like we only have 3 more games left. I think what like great teams are looking for, and like what we are looking for, is consistency. And I think that has to be there like all throughout practice. And I think like a consistent mindset is important to be a consistent goalie, perform consistently. It's like, oh, I made a great play. Okay, next one, right? Next one. It has to be the same. Like you can't kind of ride the roller coaster of, oh, I'm playing great, I'm gonna become a different goalie, and then like, oh, I'm playing bad, I'm just gonna completely change up how I am. I'm gonna stay even keel. Like I remember like Loyola was the first, like the most fans I probably ever played in front of, and I remember people like screaming my name that they looked up like on the roster. They're like, you can't save anything, and like I get scored on. And like I remember reading like an Upper Deck Lax article, which is like so funny, and then they like we're talking about Georgetown, how we're all frauds and like all this stuff, and then they like chirp me. I like screenshot it, and I was like this is my motivation, like this kind of stuff. But then I like thought to myself, I was like, that's corny. Like you don't need motivation to play well. Like you don't need all this. Like who cares if they don't think you're good after like your first game or anything like that. And I just like deleted it. And like the best part about that was you learn so much from losing, and especially losing like that. Yeah, it was terrible, and it was probably like one of the worst games ever, but it was also great because like if that never happened, I think I would have learned the lesson probably much later in the season than maybe you want, and it was just a blessing that it came early. So then you kind of move on from that.
Georgetown looking to win it here. TJ Haley for the Hoyas. Back to Krogan. Krogan going to work. Krogan fires and spins the Big East tournament title for the 6th straight season.